single.
Enemy UAV overhead. Objective update. Move to the next location.
I'm trying. Oh, he's blue.
Target down. You okay?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a video that's been requested for honestly quite a long time, and it's my bad. Honestly, that it's completely my fault, and I'm sorry that I haven't given you guys this video faster, but my bad. So I'm gonna give you guys my weapon class loadout. If you guys saw the clips before, if you guys enjoyed it, shouts to GJ Mo. Him and I made the beat as well. If you guys care about that stuff, it's on SoundCloud. You guys are absolutely free to go ahead and use all the beats that are there on SoundCloud. You guys are absolutely free to go ahead and use them. I'm not gonna strike you. Just don't go platinum without me, and we won't have an issue. All right, cool. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead here. We're gonna go to the main game here. Bow. I don't know if that transition was like, you know, good enough for you, but let me help you guys out here. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my weapon class loadout here, the exact class that you guys saw in those clips before, and I'm kind of gonna give you guys like my thought process behind it. All right, this is the class I've been using most frequently. I have many classes. There are many classes like it, but this one's mine. Okay, so understand that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the rundown of kind of like what goes through my head when I'm making a class like this, and I'm sure you guys will pop off the exact same way. I hope you do. You should be able to. If you can't, then maybe you gotta shoot some bots or something like that real quick. I don't know, but I hope this class works out for you guys. So I'm gonna get right into it. I have the Flawless Technique sniper rifle here, and this Flawless Technique is beautiful. It's a great looking variant. The variants don't change anything at all in this game. It's not gonna give you extra luck. It's just, this is honestly probably the best looking variant that you'll probably see. Okay, this is the best looking variant in my opinion. This is the best looking sniper. There's something about this is just, it's pretty damn obvious that it looks the best. Okay, and I choose not to put platinum on it. You totally could. Honestly, I think this is one of the only guns that looks half decent with gold. Like, gold doesn't really ruin it, but it also looks good without any camo on it. So that's kind of it looks great, honestly. So I've been running monolithic suppressor, and early on in this game when I first started playing, I neglected monolithic suppressor because I just kind of like, I don't know what it was. I think it was some like multiplayer antics that kind of just stayed in and just stayed with me a little bit, and I kind of grew out of it. And honestly, it's up to you if you want to use monolithic suppressor. Just know when you shoot, people are going to see you on the minimap. So I'm kind of on the monolithic suppressor wave right now. I feel like sometimes I'm gonna, you know, just not have it, but we'll save those for future videos. So I'd be rocking monolithic suppressor, and if you really want to know which one I'd be using in terms of variant, I use the Sunspot. If you really want to use my exact same one, 32 barrel, 32 winch. Factory barrel. I don't use 17-inch because obviously you don't really have to. There's not a lot of opportunities to quickscope in this game, and there really isn't no need to have an ADS, especially because Battle Royale. And in this game, the map is massive. All right, you don't really need any of that. In SynGuard, nobody really uses SynGuard. There's no need compared to the 32 inch in the SynGuard Arms Pro. Don't even bother using the SynGuard Arms Pro. There's no need. It doesn't even really do anything, to be completely honest with you. So 32-inch factory barrel, go ahead, use that. That's gonna help you shoot further, and that's gonna help bullet drop. That's just gonna help you, okay? And if you really want to copy my exact class, which I wouldn't blame you, because it looks pretty damn cool. I'm pretty biased. I use the boom slang. You gotta have gold as the barrel. Tac laser. It's the only laser in the game, and at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of Warzone, actually, I was actually pretty anti-tac laser because I hated how they can see it, and it kind of takes away a little bit of element of surprise, right? But I kind of have it in my head as like as kind of like a bait thing almost. But obviously it has the stats, ADS, aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. The thing is, people can see your green laser, and honestly, if they have enough time to see your green laser and find you, then you kind of deserve to get killed, because that's too much time for them to look at you, and it's kind of your own fault if it takes you that long to get the shot off. And if you're up close, you're not even gonna really be using this gun unless you're bold with it, right? Unless you're absolutely just confident in your ability to just quick scope the guy. You got to be on point. You got to be on fire. The heart's got to be beating a little bit if you want to start doing that. So I use tac laser. It's very good. For an optic, I haven't really been using any optics recently. The only time you guys would ever see me using a variable is honestly just for cosmetic reason. It does take your aim down sight speed down a little bit, so I wouldn't recommend using it. The only reason I ever use any of these scopes, okay, is for cosmetic reasons, and because I look at every other person who uses these sniper rifles, and I look at what they're using, and I just use it to make my gun look different. That's the only reason. There's no specific reason. Other than that, there's no real helpful reason to do it. So just so you know, if you think I'm using variable zoom, I'm not anymore. But sometimes I will. Okay, don't get me wrong, but just for the sake of this one, for this weapon class loadout, there's not any variable zoom scope, so you have that empty. Stock, now this is kind of where it gets a little bit tricky, and you kind of have to make a personal choice. I decide not to have a stock because if you look at here, the most obvious one you're going to be using is a Singard Assassin, but you only get one benefit, one pro, and there's only one con, which is aiming stability. And aiming stability, especially on a sniper, if you're going to use it properly, you're not even going to be paying attention to aiming stability. So don't use that. I don't use any stock because the tac laser has more benefits in the pros than the stock, and because you only get one. So no stock at all. Under barrel, nope. Ammunition, 7 or 9. I don't use any of those anymore, honestly, because if you really want a fast but dependable and not clunky sniper, don't use these. You're better off having sleight of hand as a perk, and especially because there's actually an issue with an HDR where sleight of hand actually will make it so like it'll ghost reload, right? And if you feel like, hey, it feels broken, and you're reloading and you're not getting the bullets in your chamber, that's why it is actually broken. Except on the AX50, okay? And for the rear grip, we use stippled, okay? No need for rubberized grip tape. You're a bot if you use it. Yes, you heard me. There's no need for this. There's no need for granulated grip tape either. This is if you're scope walking and you have... Yeah, don't even bother with this. You want stippled grip tape, and if you really want to know, flawless technique for the variant. Thank goodness they added the option for gunsmith. So since I don't use any camouflage, for reticle I use cover shot. And if you guys are really wondering how to get these, you have to unlock them, and you have to start off with the scratch one here, the default one. You don't really have to use that, but you have to do these challenges. So there's one challenge done, 200 kills with the sniper scope, and then you get 50 headshots using the sniper scope, and then kill 3 enemies without dying 25 times using the sniper scope. Hangman, 100 long shots using the sniper, 150 mounted kills with the sniper scope, and 200 kills with the variable zoom, and then you have the cover shot. Top notch is pretty close looking to it as well, but the cover shot is the most relatable one to Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, any of those old any of the old CODs, and it is the sharpest reticle that you'll find in the game, and it's the most, as I said before, it's the most relatable one. Okay, so if you want, and I highly recommend you do, go for the cover shot, do all these challenges. It might take you a little bit, but it is absolutely worth it. So go for cover shot. It is the best reticle in the game. Anything else, just don't use them. Okay, so that's what I use on my sniper, and this is for my overkill class as well. I've been on the MP7 wave, and the reason, my thought process behind this is because if I let them close enough towards me, if I let them close enough to me, right, it's kind of my fault if I let them get close to me if I'm sniping. And that's why with this one specifically, I have an MP7. It is close range, and you don't really want to you don't want to get caught sprinting with a sniper in your hand, and that's why you find me like YYing all the time, because the screen shakes a little bit. I don't know if you notice it, and if you just keep YYing in between, you'll notice that the screen won't shake as much, and you might miss stuff. Okay, you might miss something because of that little screen jitter. Okay, so if you see me YYing and switching guns all the time, and plus your mobility is going to be a lot better if you have an MP7 rather than M4 or like a Grau or anything else. This class right here is a strictly like mobility, speed, and fly around. If you know how to slide cancel, add that to your game, and this gun right here will get you going here. So the monolithic suppressor, obviously have it on the MP7. Now some people decide to not have a barrel on their MP7. I have been kind of digging the barrel, so I have the FSS Recon on a barrel. I don't have laser because there's already a laser on my sniper, and honestly, I don't think it's kind of like the way I have it in my head is I can bait people with the laser sight with the sniper rifle already. So if they see the laser, right, then they might think that I'm sniping him, and I could use that almost like a cat. You know how cats really enjoy just chasing laser pointers, right? You can kind of bait people very well if you don't have a laser on this one. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. You don't really need a laser, especially if you're ADSing. No optic, because the iron sights on this are very, very good. No stock for the mobility, and you're trying to fly around, feel confident up close. Because again, if you let them close with your sniper, then you don't really want an M4. You don't really want an AR, especially with this class. Every class has its own perks. It's whatever you're in the mood for. This is just what this one is, okay? So for underbarrel, some people might be using Commando foregrip. I use the Merc foregrip because there's something about the hipfire that is very lenient, especially on this gun. It feels good when you slide cancel. It feels good when you B-hop, and the hipfire is kind of nice. This is just my personal preference. I'm using the Merc foregrip, and of course, the 60 round mag. It's funny because I was just thinking about this today. The 60 round mag. I was when this game first dropped, I was using CWL classes or CDL classes, and you wouldn't be caught dead with any of these classes in the CDL or anything like in multiplayer. But this is a completely different game. It's a battle royale. You want as much ammunition in your back pocket, and the reload is already pretty friendly on this gun. And so you don't need sleight of hand or anything like that. Rear grip, there's no need. In my personal opinion, I don't use any of these, and that's it, man. That's what I use. C4, obviously, because if you can't beat him, join him. Truly. Heartbeat sensor for the early game, and then honestly, if you're gonna have this off the rip, it's good for the early game. But if you're gonna have a ghost class, don't have heartbeat sensor in a ghost class. Have I've been getting into the habit of using the stem shot for when I have a ghost, for when I get my ghost class on, or you get your perks. That's what you'll notice people are saying, yo, let's get perks. They're getting ghost class. I've been getting stem shot, which has been coming in handy a little bit, especially if I need to get rezzed and I'm down and I can heal fast as hell, or maybe I somehow get caught in the gas or something like that, and people assume that you're weak. I've been using stem shot a little bit here and there. So if you want to keep swapping fast, amped is what you want. Overkill, obviously, and double time. A lot of people use cold-blooded, and for this class, if you want to fly around and have a lot of mobility, I recommend double time, just because it's just a preference. I'm not really too worried about cold-blooded or thermal users, because honestly, I'm gonna beam him if I see him. You better kill. If you're gonna shoot me, you better kill me, okay? You better get me down. And if you miss or you only hit marking me, then that's your own damn fault, because I'm a pretty confident player in my ability, especially in this game and how I've been playing and how it kind of like morphed my playstyle, especially with more competitiveness involved and not like a go for clips and go for feeds or anything like that. I've really shaped my playstyle around that, so I don't really rock cold-blooded too much. I guess in the ghost class you could have cold-blooded on, and then obviously have your ghost keep amped on so you can keep swapping faster. Yeah, that's what I'd be rocking. Double time, that's what you want. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these little highlights. I know I kind of had this video like on postpone. I've had so many comments saying, yo, give me the load, drop the loadout vid, you know what I mean? So my bad for taking so long, but here you go, man. I hope you guys have fun with it. If there's any other classes that you guys are interested in that you want after this, I can definitely hook you up. But this is not the only class that I'd be using. This is just one of them. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the Warzone. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. I've been having a lot of fun. I'm locked in. I'm trying my best to upload every single day. So definitely comment down below what you guys want to see, and if you guys want me to play with certain players, I'll definitely hit them up. Hopefully I don't get egoed or some shit like that. I don't know. Hopefully nothing. I'll try my best to play with the players you recommend. I'm sure they would be down. I'd be down to play with them. It'd be dope to get some collaborations in. And if there's any specific class you guys want me to use other than the X50, let me know. So I think I pretty much nailed everything in here. I think that's pretty much everything. I think I did. I don't think I missed anything really at all. Other than that, kill streaks really don't matter. Field upgrades really don't matter. Field customization don't matter. Watch, none of this really matters. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. If you guys really did leave a favorite, commenting is free, as well as subscribing. My name is Austin or Face Pamaj here. Whatever floats your boat. I will see some gorgeous faces in the next video.